Tony. I think everybody was shocked when we found out that these two actually got married. I know, like, there's a lot of things we will do in order to pay our bills, but I never thought the relationship between Toni and Birdman was genuine. I just knew that he was just willing to go broke behind her. It just never fit. And so apparently in August of last year in 2024, they had a secret wedding. Finally got married in secret, even though everything else was public. And then she went and tried to annul the marriage 2 weeks later because she realized...
So, honey, this is the kind of Hollywood chaos that makes people gasp and grab their pearls at the same time. I don't usually agree with Tasha K about much, but phew, this situation is straight up messy. Imagine this. Toni Braxton, the legendary queen of heartbreak anthems, the woman who gave the world Unbreak My Heart, actually marries Birdman. Yes, that Birdman. And then 2 days later, she files for divorce. 2 days. If drama were an Olympic sport, this would have been the gold medal performance. Toni does not have time for this circus. But here's the tea. Birdman wasn't exactly rushing to the altar either. For over 6 years, he kept pushing the wedding off into the land of one day. Meanwhile, Toni stayed cool, calm, and collected, playing a long game like a seasoned poker champ. And when those wedding bells finally rang, she made sure to secure the bag. Allegedly, Birdman may now have to cough up millions from his reported $160 million fortune. Bet he didn't see that plot twist coming, especially after all that past money drama with Lil Wayne. So why did Toni file so fast? That's the real question. First of all, these two weren't strangers. They've known each other for nearly 20 years. And let's be honest, nobody's buying the idea that they were just doing Bible study all that time. Toni insists nothing crossed a line before they officially dated. Sure, sis. Birdman, though, has always been ultra-private about his relationships. So when this union imploded almost immediately, it felt less like a breakup and more like a reality TV cliffhanger. Bottom line, this wasn't just a wedding. It was a plot twist nobody saw coming. And the divorce? Baby, that was a sequel.
So 2016, November, when I was on tour, October, I was really sick. I don't mean kind of sick. I mean like really,
from
really
lupus?
sick. You had a really bad flare. And I was on tour. And every day I was on tour, he was there with me. If he left out, he would come back.
And this was before anybody knew or knew you
we
guys
weren't
were
anything.
even,
It was
like,
buddies. It was
right.
nothing. Not even a day. He was my friend. And he was there. I don't know if
he already loved you.
He's there every day taking care of you. But you know, he really was there every day. My buddy, my friend T. You all right? You good? I'm cheering good. You know, he was just there as my friend. And I'm cheering good. Big Mama good. He was there every day for the shows. And on my off days, he would go and take care of his business, but he would follow me on the bus and just make sure I was okay. And I don't know if you've ever been really, really sick in your life and you feel kind of hopeless and you got somebody who's a friend that's there. That's kind of, it just made me see him.
So when the news dropped in 2016 that these two were actually a couple, the internet practically caught on fire. Then in 2017, rumors started flying that they had secretly eloped. But Toni denied it. Birdman denied it. Both of them swore they were just vibing, keeping things like cool and casual. You know, situationship energy. But then Chili, a blind item surfaced that had everyone clutching their wigs. It claimed this former A-list aging singer from a famous singing family dumped her longtime boyfriend because she had to support her family and handle massive debt. So instead of love, she sold herself to the highest bidder. And the winner? A man living on borrowed time because of all the enemies chasing him. If that doesn't sound like Toni Braxton and Birdman, I don't know what does. Let's not forget, Toni filed for her second bankruptcy back in 2010. She had to cancel her Vegas residency while battling lupus. She's been very open about being the financial backbone of her family, helping her sisters, paying bills, holding everything together. So when she explained why being with Birdman felt so easy, it actually made sense. She said it was comforting to have someone who told her it was okay not to be Wonder Woman all the time. Living with lupus is exhausting. She admitted she often felt like she had to wear a mask, like she couldn't let anyone see her weak. But with Birdman, no pretending, no performance. Just Toni, scarf, Scully, little makeup, real and unfiltered. And that kind of comfort is rare. Apparently, Birdman felt it too, because when he proposed, he did not play around. That ring? Baby, you could probably see it from outer space. He reportedly dropped about $1 million on it, and Toni proudly showed that rock off. Birdman even went on Wendy Williams gushing about her and calling their love a fairy tale. It was giving romance. It was giving destiny. It was giving happily ever after, or so we thought. Because if they were so in love, why didn't they ever make it down the aisle? Toni told Wendy she was excited about getting married again. They almost locked in a wedding date, but then family drama showed up and delayed it. And not just once, over and over and over again, until eventually no wedding at all. Here's the twist though. Birdman was actually ready. Like, really ready. He wanted that wedding right then and there.
Date. We almost had a date. Well, we had 2 dates, but we were doing Braxton family values and we were going through a little drama, and I was like, okay, the wedding is a good thing to get all of us sisters together. Yeah. But I couldn't get us all together, and I said the wedding's not a good reason because it's messing up my relationship a little bit. He's like, come on, Michelle, set a date. I know.
That's what he calls you?
He calls me Michelle. Doesn't call me Toni at all. That's my middle name, Toni Michelle.
Then things got even messier when Toni claimed her $1 million engagement ring was stolen out of her luggage on a plane. Now, whether that really happened or not, people were definitely side-eyeing that story. And not long after that, boom, Toni and Birdman announced they were done. Of course, the gossip blogs went into overdrive. Some folks were convinced they had secretly gotten married and kept it quiet. But Toni shut that down and confirmed they never actually made it official. After the breakup, she posted that now iconic photo of herself in a red dress with a caption, "Starting a new chapter isn't always an easy choice, but always choose to be chosen." Baby, that wasn't just a caption. That was a statement. Now here's where it really gets spicy. Everyone thought the breakup was peaceful and grown. But nope. Turns out, Toni wasn't Birdman's only woman. Long before Toni entered the picture, Birdman had been quietly involved with Kimora Lee Simmons, and he was still financially supporting her lifestyle even while he was with Toni Braxton. He even publicly called Kimora the love of his life. Meanwhile, Toni was labeled family and his soldier. The audacity was astronomical. So while Toni was trying to build a future, Kimora was still living rent-free in Birdman's heart and mind. And get this, when Toni and Birdman reunited on stage at her Atlanta show, guess who was backstage? Yep, Kimora, like a shadow he just couldn't shake. Word on the street is Kimora didn't go public with Birdman because she felt he wasn't the right image for her elite fashion circles. But that didn't stop her from pulling strings behind the scenes. When the wedding finally happened, Birdman was allegedly still chasing Kimora. On the actual wedding day, he showed up late, don't care late, and then left early, claiming he had to help someone. That someone, according to rumors, was Kimora. And he didn't even apologize to Toni for leaving his own wedding early. The disrespect was loud. Honestly, what was Toni doing caught up in all of this foolishness? She's a legend, a grown woman. She did not need to be tangled in a playground-level love triangle. But make no mistake, Toni wasn't about to stick around playing games. She stayed just long enough to make sure she walked away with a check, then made a clean, smart exit. Allegedly, when Toni and Birdman signed their divorce papers, they only used their initials, TB and BW, and listed the marriage as irretrievably broken. Neither of them wanted the details spilling into the streets. After that, both went silent. No wedding bands. Instagram scrubbed clean like it never happened. And child, the internet had a field day. People could not believe Toni Braxton ever let Birdman that close to her heart. The tweets were ruthless. Toni Braxton and Birdman being a couple is one of the wildest things we've ever seen. I'm just going to pretend Toni Braxton never dated Birdman. Filing for divorce 2 weeks after getting married is insane. The timeline was pure chaos. At the end of the day, Toni got her bag. Birdman got played at his own game. And Kimora? She's probably somewhere smirking like she never left. This whole saga is a perfect example of what happens when love, power, and ego collide. Toni thought she found comfort, but what she walked into was a full-blown soap opera, with Birdman in the center and Kimora as the ghost in the wings. And the gag is nobody really won. The love story ended with lawyers' silence and the internet screaming, "We told you so." So what do y'all think? Was Toni playing him, or did Birdman play himself? One thing for sure, this tea is scalding, not lukewarm. Hot beverage fire, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video.